Hey, what is up, Internet? Kyle here, Slapshot Toys, doing another Hot Toys action figure review. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at yet another Star Wars movie masterpiece series figure, and that is the Rey from The Last Jedi. Now, I did pre-order this like I pre-order most of my Hot Toys through Sideshow Collectibles. I will have a link in the description below if you have any interest in this figure where you can pre-order her. At the time of this recording, she is still available for pre-order. And I gotta say, I'm super excited for this figure. I do not have a Rey in my collection, but she's one character that I loved from the new trilogy and definitely wanted a representation of her in my collection. And I love The Last Jedi movie, and I know that's probably really sacrilege to a lot of people, but I really did like the movie, and I love Rey's outfit from the movie, so I'm super excited to take a look at this figure. So let's not delay it any further. To the light box! And here's Rey out of the packaging, and I've got to tell you, the second I took her out of the box, I was almost mesmerized with how amazing this figure truly is. I knew I was going to like her, I knew I really wanted this Rey in my collection, but I did not realize just how blown away I was going to be at first glance. Everything from the soft, good details, to the face sculpt, to the awesome accessories, to this amazing stand. Everything about this figure is exactly what I wanted in a Rey Hot Toy. I'll get into a little bit more depth of why exactly I love this Rey figure, but first, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that Rey does come with. First accessory I do want to take a look at is this amazing stand. So it is just the standard cradle that we get with most Hot Toys figures, but I freaking love this base that they've given us. So if we take a closer look actually at the artwork on here, this looks amazing. I really hope Hot Toys keeps doing just insanely detailed kind of original art pieces like this, because this is awesome. So we get the Resistance logo right here, and this is a really awesome, very glossy, almost foil-like logo. You get the little kind of Millennium Falcon outline right there. That looks gorgeous. And I think the thing I love the most is I didn't notice it at first. I thought it was just kind of a red splotch, but you actually get Rey's silhouette right there on the left, and that looks absolutely amazing. I freaking love this base. I cannot say that enough, how much I honestly think the artwork on this base is just amazing. You get the red streaks and everything, the red and white just pops so well. Oh, I freaking love this base. And then on the front, not a whole lot going on, just the Star Wars logo. I do like the design work there on the plaque, and it does say Rey, and it does have a trademark next to Rey, which I think is interesting. I don't know if I've seen any other ones that actually have a trademark right next to the character name. The other cool thing that they did give us is, much like the Return of the Jedi Luke, as I just knocked everything on my display stand over, they did give us this secondary option where you can actually pop off the cradle, and then it actually has this kind of rock texturized base that you can display as well. I don't like this one as much, but I guess if you're going for the island scenes, this one will work very well, but this is an option that you can display on the base as well. Next up, I want to take a look at the actual accessories that Rey comes with. So we're given 3 full sets of hands. We're given these open hands, closed fists, the lightsaber holding hands, and we're given one kind of stylized accessory hand that holds the trigger finger, that holds the blaster. Taking a closer look at these, there's really not a whole lot of detail on them. I mean, let's face it, Rey's a pretty young character, so she doesn't have a lot of wrinkles or anything like that. The flesh tone looks really good, and they do have like a little bit of kind of a freckling effect there on the back of the skin that looks really good, but you're not getting a whole lot of like skin creases or anything like that, other than just a little bit here on the inside of the palm. The fingernails are detailed very nicely and sculpted out, but other than that, there's really not a whole lot of detail on the hands, but this is a very nice flesh tone. Next, let's take a look at the weapons that Rey does come with. So first thing is just the standard non-light up lightsaber. So yeah, you get this really nice blue translucent plastic all throughout, and that looks really, really nice. Coming down to the actual hilt, this looks gorgeous. I love the silver paint that they use, the little accents of black and everything, and it just is that real nice basic design of the lightsaber, but it works so incredibly well. And this does actually pop out, so there's just a little port right there, so you can plug in either blade into this hilt. And then actually take a look at the second blade. This is the blade that kind of mimics the motion of the lightsaber, and this is really cool. I do wish that this lit up a lot better than what it does. I really want to like these a lot more than I do. One came with Return of the Jedi Luke 2, if you watched that review, and they're really cool. I think they give off a really cool effect. It's just, I don't know, they're a little bit heavy for the arms, and they seem to kind of move the hands down just a little bit, and they don't light up as well if you're using the light up feature. But this is definitely a cool idea and cool accessory to have. Once again, you get that really nice, clear, translucent plastic. It's a little bit darker on this end, so it kind of fades to where the blade would actually be. And this looks really, really cool by itself. And then, like I said, we are given a light-up hand. So this is the actual light-up hand. The batteries just go in this compartment right here. The light switch is just right here, so you just flip that on, as you can see there. The blue light does turn on. There's really not a whole lot of articulation other than it's double jointed here at the elbow, and it can rotate. There is no up and down motion or anything other than just a little bit of rotation, and it does stop about halfway of a rotation. So there's a little bit of articulation on there, and then this piece actually goes with it. So you'll just remove the other sleeve that Rey has on, put this one on, and this one is specifically for the light up because it has this little Velcro section right here that you can just undo, and then you can actually reach the on-off switch very easily. The other one, you'd actually have to kind of find it underneath the fabric and kind of mess around and try to push it that way. So it is nice that they give us that little extra sleeve to make it a little bit easier. And the next accessory is the staff, and this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. All the detailing on it just looks wonderful. I mean, there's so many like kind of little hints of light brown over dark brown over tan. It just looks so cool. I mean, everything's just sculpted out and detailed beautifully, and it's actually got a really nice weight to it. This is a pretty heavy accessory, which I really, really like. But yeah, like I said, everything on this is just sculpted wonderfully. And then the last accessory we are given is the blaster that Han Solo gave Rey in the first movie. And this thing, once again, just looks gorgeous. You just get this really, really nice silver paint. All the line work, everything looks really good. You get the vent holes there in the barrel. That looks really, really cool. Just a really nice looking blaster, and it fits in the holster on Rey perfectly. And the holster here is just on Rey's side, and like I said, it just slides in and fits very, very nicely and very snug. And the last accessory I want to take a look at is probably the reason why everyone is buying this figure, and that is the 1/6 scale Porg. And these guys are freaking cute. So you take a look at these guys, and they are sculpted beautifully. You get all this detail work in them. There is no articulation or anything like that, and they do come with these little plastic stands to help them stand. But I mean, just all the detail there in the wings and the feathers and everything just looks absolutely wonderful. They have the big eyes. Really nice paint apps on this one. So you get one just standing, and then you get one kind of in a jumping flight pose. Yeah, so these things are sculpted beautifully. They are awesome little accessories to have with this figure. And now for a closer look at Rey herself. I absolutely love this face sculpt. I know that I've seen some complaints online, but honestly, especially in person, I don't know how it's coming through the camera, but it really, really, really looks like Daisy Ridley, especially the eyes, nose, and mouth. I think you get this in the right pose, and it just looks absolutely immaculate. I love the texture that they have all throughout the forehead and the cheeks and the chin. It just looks so real. Those eyes just look so full of kind of questioning and anger and just everything Rey was about in The Last Jedi, and I absolutely love it. Coming over here to the hair, everything is just sculpted so beautifully. You get all those individual strands, you get the ponytail there in the back. I mean, just looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, my only kind of little caution is, so these little kind of, I don't know what you call them here, not bangs, but these little loose strands, they are not kind of hard plastic. They are very loose, and they are very bendable, and I'm afraid that they could break off because it looks like they're just kind of held by glue right there. So be very careful, because there is a piece of plastic around her head when you're unboxing her that you could possibly damage. There's one on this side as well. You could possibly damage those strands of hair. Just make sure you're taking extra caution when moving her head around and those type of things. Other than that, you should be pretty good. Coming down here to her actual body, another kind of word of caution is if you have any of the Thor figures or any of the seamless body figures, her neck and kind of chest area is that rubberized body, so you may get a little bit of the dye from the plastic of the hair. If it rubs on it too much, it is going to kind of rub off on that material, so just be very careful about that. That is that rubberized kind of texturized material. But coming down to the actual clothes, this thing looks amazing. I love all the different textures that we get in this. So you get this kind of canvasy robe here over top that looks gorgeous. Underneath you get this like kind of, I don't know, almost like crocheted, knitted, I don't know what exactly it is, but man, does it look so I just love the textures, how they play off one of another. You do get a white undershirt underneath there. Coming down to the belt, you get this nice leather texture with just some kind of stitching and everything throughout. Coming over here to the side, holster looks really good. You get the little rivets and buttons and everything all throughout there. Get some buckles there on the back. Once again, that really shows off that like knitted kind of texture on the undershirt, and that just looks, I love it. Absolutely love the texture differences. Coming over here to the arms. Now the arms are just solid plastic. They are not that rubberized material, so just be aware of that. You get these very nice canvas kind of sleeves there. Those look and feel amazing. On this side, you do get the little kind of in there that ends in the leather material, and once again, that just looks so cool. Coming down here to the legs, the pants are a very nice canvas material as well. You get some stitching there in the knees. You do have like the little robes that kind of flow all over, and those look really, really cool. You get stitching there in the knees. Not a whole lot going on the back of the pants, but now the boots are another spot that I absolutely love this figure. All this detailing with all the stitching, all the kind of like little rope work that would kind of keep the boots all together, look fantastic. You get that really nice kind of leather texture, that worn leather texture throughout. Just looks so freaking good. The only thing that is a little bit odd, as you can kind of see here, it does bunch up just a little bit there at the ankle due to the articulation. So I'm having not a hard time, but I'm trying to kind of get that straightened out just a little bit. But I know that's how like real boots kind of bunch up right there anyway. I just thought it looked maybe just a little bit too bunched up. Overall, the detailing, everything on the boots looks amazing. And then on the bottom, you get some really cool tread and the trademark information. Taking a closer look at the articulation of the figure. The head articulation, because of the hair, isn't the greatest. It does rotate side to side, but as you can see, the lower strands of the hair do hit the shoulders, so it does hinder it just a little bit. She really can't look up any more than that because you're definitely starting to push there on the back of the hair and you don't want to break that. She can look down a really good amount. You do get kind of a weird gap there with the hair, but she can look down quite a bit, and there is just a little bit of a kind of neck head pivot there, but once again, you're just limited by the strands of hair. Now, as far as the arms, they do go more than 90 degrees to her body, but the joint does kind of pop out there in the armpit, but it is good range of motion. She is double jointed here at the elbows, so pretty good range of motion there. And then her hands do rotate and they are hinged up and down, so you get good range of motion there. Now, as far as moving her hands forward, she can go all the way around like so. If I can actually get it to do it. Cool. So yeah, they can actually rotate all the way around, so good range of motion there. Get that back into place. Now, as far as the abdomen, there is rotation here at the abdomen. She does have a fairly good ab crunch as she can go forward about that far, and she can actually go back a good decent amount as well. So pretty good range of motion there at the abdomen. And as far as the legs, she can actually do the splits about that far before you really start getting some major pulling there in the pants. And then as far as the leg, there is a cut up here at the upper thigh, so that works really well. She is double jointed there at the knees, so that is fantastic range of motion there. She can kick forward a fairly good amount, so she can go forward about that far before you start getting some pulling again, and then she can go back actually a daggone good amount there, so you get good range of motion there. And then as far as the feet, there is rotation. They can go up and down, but unfortunately the boots are so kind of, at least mine, are so stiff that it's not really allowing for a lot of motion. And then same with the ankle pivot, it's there. It's just the boots aren't allowing it to really bend. And here's just a quick size comparison of the Last Jedi Rey and the Force Awakens Kylo, and honestly I think they look pretty good together. So that is going to do it for my review of the Hot Toys movie masterpiece Star Wars The Last Jedi Rey Jedi Training 1/6 scale collectible action figure. In case you couldn't tell throughout my review, I love this figure. I think this is my favorite Star Wars figure of the year so far, and that is saying a lot because I got the Return of the Jedi Luke, which was the hot toy that I have been waiting for forever, and Hoth Leia, which is my favorite Leia ever, like design, everything. And I still think I like this figure more. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's the ease of the posability or just the amazing sculpt and detailing in all the soft goods. This is just one stunning figure, and honestly, I can't stop looking at it. I can't stop messing around with it. I was on the live stream last night, and I kind of ignored everybody, and I was just sitting there messing around with it because of how amazing this figure really is. And I cannot recommend it enough. If you are in the market for a Rey and you like The Last Jedi, I love The Last Jedi personally. I know a lot of people didn't, but if you are in the market for a 1/6 scale Rey, I can't recommend this one enough. It is an absolute masterpiece from Hot Toys, and you are definitely going to want to pick one up, and you will not be sorry at all that you did. So once again, that is going to do it for me this evening. I want to thank you guys so much for checking out these videos. It honestly means a lot to me that you guys are watching them. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. If you guys dislike this video, make sure you guys go ahead and give it a big thumbs down. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this review, what you guys thought of this figure. Let me know how wrong I am that I absolutely love The Last Jedi. Love to hear from you guys. And make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any future content, including a ton more Hot Toys reviews. Next week I have a huge one, and I do mean huge as size and excitement and just everything. So make sure you guys subscribe. Don't miss out on that review. Get notified as soon as it goes up next week. I will probably also be doing an unboxing for that one as well, because I am so freaking excited for that figure. So I think I've given some hints of what it is, but yeah, so make sure you guys subscribe, don't miss out on any of the content, and once again, that's going to do it for me. I want to thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.